Hello, it's Rob here and welcome to what I'm hoping is going to be the last video in my build series of my Absima AB3.4 4-wheel drive off-road buggy. And we're going to start on this step here, which is basically installing the drive shaft assemblies. I've already started by installing the upper A-arms, wishbones, turnbuckles, and we will quickly start by installing the dog bone into both cups, hopping round and then trying to get it in well, I can't get at it with enough force, so I'm going to use my pliers. I don't mind using my pliers like that, easy peasy. And then the back one is basically exactly the same, only a bit easier because you ain't got the C-cup. And there we go. Oops. And that does that one. I'm now ready to install the motor. I've actually lined this up and screwed it on and tightened it up. Yep, nice and tight. So it's just a case of fitting it. However, we've come to another possible just pain in the backside point, and that is getting the bottom screw in. We've got a 3x8mm hex head screw and quite a big washer, and I've somehow got to try and get it through all of these here and into there, and then screw it into, but that's not long enough, is it? I mean, look how much thread there is there. I bet you can't see. There's hardly any thread at all there. That's the top. So which one should I use? But that just doesn't seem long enough. Or is it just me? Go guys, let's try the top one. That's not long enough, is it? Okay. We'll have a pause while I get some longer screws, I think. Okay guys, what I've ended up doing is finding these 10mm ones. If you have a look compared to the 8mm, and they've got what's that, an extra wide head on them, so I haven't bothered with the washer either. But I've also, if you can notice here, ended up taking the pinion gear off because I couldn't see even with the longer screw, and just about lined the top hole up, but it's not bloody easy because these are supposedly stainless steel, but they don't seem to like to stay on. And now I think it's a case of trying, and you'll have to excuse me here. Oh, have I got it? Are you in? Oh, woohoo, I'm in! Right, so we can now try and fit the motor. However, typical, I can't see where the flat is on the shaft. There it is. Hey, what's the boon I can't get this bleeding on now? No. Well, at least you're not going to lose it. Whether I'll be able to tighten this bottom one up, God and heaven only knows. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've now got, do they call them ball end Allen key? So hopefully I should be able to get that in. Maybe out a bit. It's a bit too much. I think I'm going to leave it there. Now, can I get my Allen key in to tighten this up? Right. And finally that's the motor in. And then I've got to take this screw out. And typically because the next job is to install this cover here. It goes like that, and it needs a screw there and then a screw from underneath somewhere here, so I'll get those, or I'll get that screw, and then I'll also grease this up. Even though there's no mention of greasing it up, I'll grease it up anyway, and be back to you with the next bit. Okay, we're on the closing stages now. As part of this last step, I've put the servo arm on, so the next step, according to this, is to put the wheels on. So where are my wheel nuts? Here they are. So we've got 4 wheel nuts, nice and black. And I've got the motor. I'll put the heatsink on. I'm not sure whether it'll need it, but it's going on because it's come with it. And I think we all know how these wheels go on, don't we, guys? And then we just do another 2, and we'll be cooking on gas, as they say. And there we have a rolling chassis. So looks like the next step is installing the electronics, so I might need a bit of umming and ahhing about that. So what I'll do is I'll get it all sorted out and show you what I've come up with. Be back in a bit. Okay, so we've got the electronics in now. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, if I'm honest, but yeah, I think I've got everything in okay. Even found a bit of a wibbly wobbly for me 2.4 gig, and just to show you, it already came with a hole for it to poke through, so that's that. We've just got a couple of more things to do now on the battery side. The first one is, according to this, is this great big block of foam that we need to squidge in here, somewhere around there. Can't find a battery. Here we go. To hold the battery in place. So I think there we go. Right, so that helps to hold the battery in place. So now that I've just done that quick test, it needs to go as far back as possible, so we'll try and get the backing off and then wish me luck. Something round there, that'll do us. Hopefully that'll stay in. Yeah, stuffy, that'll do. Might get away with that. We'll see when we come to put the body on. But yes, next is this weird looking battery holder. And looking at this, it goes this way round. Like that, and then I need to find the R-clips. So one through that hole and one through that hole. There we go. And then really it's just putting the wing on. Okay folks, so worked it out, and what I actually did was mounted these brackets on the outside here rather than on the inside, after mounting them the wrong way originally again. So now we've just got the struggle of trying to get these R-clips in. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm not holding out too much hope. Well, I haven't got a clue, so I'm not struggling anymore on camera. I'll be back if I work it out. Okay folks, so I have managed to get these R-clips into the rear spoiler, and I've got to be quite honest with you and say it wasn't blooming well easy. Combination of pliers, and I even ended up, I don't know if you'll be able to see there, but I ended up cutting a slot in the spoiler itself, just by that where the straight edge of that R-clip is, and then ended up having to use the pliers with where are we? One set of the jaws on the plastic mount and the other on the R-clip itself, and basically had to force them through. So goodness knows how they do it on the factory, but there we go, it's all on, and I'll show you the rest of the kit shortly. So here we have the finished model. I can't really say too much about it. It wasn't that difficult to build, but I don't think I'd have liked it if I'd never built one before. I've stuck some of the decals on the rear wing. I could just about see in the manual that it showed some, but whether I've got the right ones, who knows. But there we have it. One thing I have done is I've put the smallest pretensioners on the rear, because the rear seems to be so much heavier than the front that it was squatting down, and it looked like it was almost trying to pull a wheelie all the time, if you know what I mean. So there we go. The other thing is I've stuck those number stickers on here, because there was two, thinking that they'd supply two lots of stickers, but guess what? No, they haven't. Just the one set. So there we have it. The Absima AB3.4 4-wheel drive buggy. We just need to get it out and see how it runs with this, what is it, 10.5 turn motor in it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and look forward to seeing you on the run video. Cheers, bye.